soka nechisese choro sana ime yabo chingencho chabo chabakana bachire libero enda mwamuno bochenchi obwanchaniti babwati ime yabo ramokya maisabo bakorore ramokya maisabo bakorore kima
Yes, welcome to Voice of Victory reading Source Class. It's another week that the Lord has made it possible. We are meeting the same station, same person, same time. I welcome you. The yesterday week had its own challenges. Some of us have lost our beloved ones, our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our aunts, just name them. But today the Lord has made it possible for us to be here. Today our topic is, we are open a letter I want to write with my youth in the 21st century. And this letter is so simple. We will go on to it, and I'm just writing a letter to you. In the course of this year, you should look at it. A certain family invited another family to come for a come together, but the other family refused. Then this man also invited as many people as possible, but all of them were letting down. And now the man of the household asked, what is really going on? That I've invited people from my friends to come and attend a feast in my house, but none is coming out. And then the Messiah had to do some research, and he was told, number one, you are rude. Number two, you are not loving. Number three, you don't respect people. Then number four came in, you have no sense of shame. You abuse people, among others. And what I was describing as abuse, no respect, it was not loving, it was very rude. Those are maybe behavior, those are maybe character, those are moral values. In the 21st century, my dear parents and the youths, I'm writing an open letter to you that as a person, as an individual, we are an open letter. That the people read and interpret our behavior, our character, and sometimes they may even discern our destiny. That whatever we are doing is not in tandem with what people expect. Then the wife said, what are we supposed to do so that we can redeem our image, so that we can change what's happening? The woman had her own view. She said, we started loving people, we started going to church, we started giving people resources in terms of money, clothes, name it. But one thing I may advise is we are supposed to be the right bearer of the world. St. Matthew chapter 5 verse 16 says, we are the right bearers of the world. People know us, then we understand them. And sometimes when I say people do know us, it's a presumption. People don't understand and they know people. But it's a presumption of what they see. From what they see you are doing daily, then they may interpret and internalize of who you are. And this is the most tragedy we have in the 21st century, especially on our youths. Bear in mind, my dear youths, you are an open letter. My dear parents, you are an open letter. As a child, you are an open letter, which everybody is reading. What are people reading from you? What are they interpreting from you? A name is an identity. A name isolates you from another. It's just an identity. It doesn't say who you are. But a name has its own connotation. A name may have what we call perception, reflection, observation. In the present world, many people do say, we know so and so, but that's what they see you on perception, peripheral, what is on the surface. Underneath, they don't understand who you are. And if my memory serves me well, some of us have become victims of people internalizing of what they think of us by virtue of the way we behave, the way we act, and sometimes the way we react according to the situation. And this is one of the biggest problems. We are an open letter. From my own research, I've come to discover many people sometimes may misinterpret, may misrepresent, may mislead others because of their background. What I have in mind, some of us are too evil, and when we see somebody doing something, we internalize the way we see and we act. We have become victims of circumstances, especially we parents, the elderly. The youth sometimes may mistake us because on the path they are taking. The family background is always important. If a boy or a girl, or a youth who comes from a dysfunctional family, whatever he sees outside here he reflects at home. And those of us who come from well-divine families, well-to-do families, where we have resources, where we have everything at our disposal, including when you need money, you are given without a question. We have also a different perception of life. But I'm talking of a dysfunctional family, whereby when a man comes home, when a husband comes home, when a father comes home, that's the same person. To kids, the father is coming. To the wife, the husband is coming. And to others, that is a man. It is the same person. If you are married to this man, you say, this is my husband. If these are your children, they go, this is our father. The neighbor say, a man has just passed through. That's one person we are describing. So we may call him a man, we may call him a husband, we may call him a father. And then there are others, we may call him, there is an angle here. Another one may say, this is a grandpa. It's the same person, perception of a letter. We are recommended, and we are here on the planet Earth. We are not yet in heaven. But I am having a heavy heart. But some of us are representing others and ourselves in our community, in our church, in our society, in our country, and globally. We are misrepresenting our Creator. My dear youths, in the 21st century, whatever you do, however little it is, the result should come on planet Earth. I'm talking with a heavy heart that some of us are being nicknamed what we are not. By virtue either we are friendly, or sometimes we are abusive, or sometimes we are not respectful. I don't know what is happening in the world today. But the point I want to develop is, we, you and me, we are an open letter. As much as you are spoiling somebody's character, somebody's behavior, somebody's personality, the way you perceive and internalize, then you start slandering somebody's name. At the end of the day, here on earth, we will do it. The Holy Book, the Bible, in Matthew 5:16 has said, we are the right bearers. So, let your light so shine before men. So, let your light shine before your youth. So, let your light shine before your community. So, let your light shine to your church. So, let your light shine to this country, that they may see your good work, and from there they will honor and glorify our Father in heaven. And therefore, from our good works, people will honor and glorify our Father in heaven. As I started, in the 21st century, about 25 years, 2,500 years ago, there was a man who was put on a cross. And that man died for you and for me, that we may glorify his Father who is in heaven. Sometimes our words may not have a meaning. But today, as I'm seated here, I do remember vividly my parents who were over 20 years ago in the graves. I remember what they said. Sometimes when I want to do what they were telling me, do not do it, I can feel it at my corner of my mind as if he's talking to me directly, because I had a relationship with him. I had a relationship with her. However, our young people, the youths, may not internalize and do what we want today, but the message remains, let us be focused. Let us not lose the focus. Let us not lose the destiny. The Bible is very clear. We are the right bearers of the world, and from our works and the deeds, that we may glorify our Father in heaven. We are an open letter. Yes, that is our topic. We, you and me, is an open letter. In the corridors of life, moving down the streets of our town, or when you are moving in the village, people do know this is so and so. He's a faithful man. He's an upright man. He always says the truth. And he stands for honesty. The yesteryear, to some of us, is very, very, very awkward, very bad. I was sitting in a meeting. We were invited by screams. That means somebody had died. We conveyed there, we arranged, and we did what was supposed to be done humanly. But among us, some of us were not faithful. They were not truthful. They were behind the bars. And behold, the unthinkable happened. That some of us were taken behind the bars, that they were doing contrary to what is supposed to be done to that family. Some of us were participating positively to see some old men of that family to be behind the bars. Thank God. And that's why I say sometimes, what image are you giving to the public? We should respect tradition. We should respect culture. Above all, customs, they have values. In the African context, especially the Kisses, where I come from, women don't have a big role when it comes to deaths. But of late, things have changed. I'm advising for the free. The old wazis, the old men, the clansmen, the church elders, the pastors, sometimes consult the family, or else your image may be tarnished beyond repair. Having said that, there is a friend of mine by the name called Paul. Paul says this, we are an open letter. That's in 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 9. It is very clear. We are an open letter written by the blood of Jesus on our hearts. My youth, and in the 21st century, you have been redeemed by the blood of Jesus. And he has written on your heart using his own blood. So the open letter, it's you and me. Our character, our behavior determines our destiny. Whatever we do on planet Earth, we will harvest. The same man in 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 2, he has something for us that the people expect a lot from us, especially those who are churchgoers. I must develop this by saying some of us are churchgoers. We are never Christian. I didn't use the word Christian because if you will be a Christian, you will portray the image of Christ. But because you go to the church and you don't do according to the will of God, you are just a churchgoer. You are not a Christian. I'm never a Christian if I don't betray the man Christ in me. If I abide in him and me in him, then I will be there. One of my best writers says, when the true character of the Christians will be manifested in the Christian, then Jesus will come. I repeat, if we manifest the Christian virtues and the character of Jesus is in, and those who claim that we are a Christian, those who claim, in quotes, then heaven will be here. We have been saying, and we are still saying, and we will say, that the Jesus has delayed to come. My dear brothers and sisters, my dear youth, in the 20th century, in the 21st century, let me repeat with the emphasis, Jesus will never come. In this century, if the true character is not manifested in our bodies, what I have in point and what I have in mind is this. We are not in this planet by accident. We are here by design. You are born where you are born because God designed you be born there. You be the right bearer of that community. You will be the right bearer of that family. You are the only one you are because you are. Nobody is identical to another, including even identical twins. Sometimes they do things which are opposite. You may find in identical twins, one is very sharp, another one is not. How identical is by virtue the physical appearance, but the mind may be different. Yes, it came from one cell, but it depends how you develop when you are out. That is the environment. Hereditary may be the same, but the environment must shape you. Whatever you eat must also shape you. Let me not go to those biological and geographical issues, but what we are saying is here, we, you and me, are an open letter that the people may read. Our ladies, our young women are here. They may talk about 25,000 words in a day. And for them, if they don't talk over 25,000 words, they may be taken to the hospital. They will be sick, that's what I mean. Men were very choosy. We may talk about less than, they say men talk between 100 and even less than 1,000 words. Have a picture to your home. The big administrator is your mom. She gives instructions, she gives directives. Your father is seated there. Sometimes he doesn't even talk. The only thing you can see, he can scratch his head and smile. And that's all. He has communicated. A whole day may go and your father may say, good morning, did the animals get the food? Where is your mom? And that is all. The day is gone. Most of the time he may fix his eyes on a TV, or he may be listening to the radio, or he may be reading a newspaper. So they do a lot of internalizing many things. But the women are very focal. And from there is a chance, out of the many words they talk, 70 to 80% may be false. And when you tell them, can you substantiate, you hear them saying, I heard so and so say. When you go to so and so, you say, I also heard it. The sources never come to the table. So there is no evidence. It is hearsays. But here, they have turned somebody's name. And sometimes I do say this. Some of us are leaders of our own. In our family, in the community, in the church you go, wherever you are, even some of us are administrators where we work. But sometimes you find your co-workers are the most dangerous people because they know your weakness and strength. So instead of driving you on the strength, they capitalize on your weakness. You are an open letter. Sometimes people are given chances and the boundaries. Don't come to my home because you may spoil my family. Some of us are not ready to go to your neighbor's house because you have been sanctioned that do not be seen in my house. If you need anything, it's on the road. If you need anything, make a call. But don't come physically to my home. Don't come physically to my place. Don't come physically to where I'm working. because you are questionable. You are an open letter. How do people understand you? How am I known? I've said we are an open letter, written by the blood of Jesus. So whatever you say against your brother, whatever you say against your sister, it will be brought to account at the end of the day. St. Matthew says, whatever careless word you said will either qualify you to hell or heaven. Remember, hell and heaven starts with the H. Some of us may mistaken that we are going to heaven while you are going to hell. After all, it's H-E, double L, hell, and H-E, then the heaven comes there. This morning, my message is, you are an open letter. I'm an open letter, which people need to read in the community, in your family, in your church, and in your country. This morning I was sharing with my colleagues in the View Voice, and they have nicknamed me Gen Z because I said about the Gen Zs. I didn't know that's one of them. And I accepted it because I like the youths. They sometimes make our mind think. The point is, people don't see God, they see you. People don't see God, they see you. In other words, whatever they see, what we are doing daily, then they interpret it that they may honor and glorify our God who is in heaven. Or alternatively, because they see as daily, they may dishonor God and they disrespect Him because of you and me. You are an open letter. I'm an open letter. How do I represent myself before the community? My dear brothers and sisters, those who are listening to me and those who are looking at me, it's a big question. People have never seen God. But those of us who claim, and I'm using now claim, because I'm doubting some of us if we are a genuine Christian. We are eating our own brothers by our own mouths. Musene sayote. But when you are asking the background, you find it's not. Somebody was seen walking, and he was seeming he's limping. And when he came, the children mistaken him that he was sick. But this man was not limping because of his wish. When he was a young baby, he was attacked by a disease which made him to be limping. But in actual sense, he was all right. But the children had a perception that this one is a limping man, so he was born a cripple. It's challenging. But when he gave the true story, is they understood he was not born a challenged person. But that's what they had in mind. Perception. The way we see things is not always what it is. Can we go the background and get it? A friend of mine became a victim of circumstance. That one of his friends, who was staying outside the country, sent him money, and I told him, I know you are work, and I know you are faithful. I'll send you these school fees, go and pay for my kids on the other side. So the man went, didn't use the pay bills. He went, banked the money to an institution where it was supposed to go, only to be given there was a pay bill. He could have sent the money using the pay bill. And in the evening when he was at his home, his wife discovered some receipts of over 50K paid to a certain school and paid to a certain kid, not knowing that this was money which was sent by a friend so that they can assist paying school fees to the other side. As usual, the woman became so annoyed. The tempers were high. That day things were not working. That day things were not working. Except this woman was fuming fire. She talked a lot of things in a parables, and the man had to come and ask, my dear wife, what's it happening? You are quarreling yourself, you are talking a lot of things in the parables. And they said, you man, I wish I could have not married you. This is when we need money most. How dare you do X, Y, Z? The man asked, what is it? How can you dare pay over 50,000 to so and so his kid, while our boy or girl is here at home and I'm suffering to look for money, while you are paying for somebody who is not within the country? Maybe because the man is not here, are you doing a favor to this woman? Themselves fixed their eyes on the wife and said, what is it? He said, these are the receipts. And this is the evidence you are doing it. Yeah? Musa said, it's okay. Hold your house. No, there is nothing I hold my house. This is evidence. So the woman quarreled, high-tempered. As I started, men sometimes, they internalize things. So the man kept quiet. He didn't even want to argue, and they didn't want even to say something. So it was concealed. The woman took her perception, her direction, and the man also kept quiet. 2-3 days down the line, the man was approached by the clan elder, now sent by the wife, that can you really integrate this man to be truthful and say why he's doing this in my presence? The clan elder came, asked the man, I've been sent here by your wife, that I sort out an issue. What is the issue? She has shown me, and there is evidence, that you are paying X, Y, Z children, and the man is outside the country, you are the only one here, and sometimes you talk with the wife. So why don't you do what it takes you to do as a man? The man said, that's okay, I can answer. Went to the scroll and said, this money was sent from outside the country. So and so is my friend. The wife is a friend, a family friend. So I was given instruction by the husband on the other side that to take that money to my school, pay for my kid, and I've sent him the report, and I've shown him he has paid the school fees. So I had nowhere to take the receipts except to bring them to my house and give them, because I have nothing to do with them. I could not have left them on the streets. I could not have left them on the bank. So I had just carried them. So about 3-4 days ago, this wife of mine came and started quarreling. I wanted to explain, and I found she was too emotional. I said, let her cool down. But because she has told you, tell her I'm an open letter. This is the truth of the matter. The money was sent by the husband to this wife. Now the question comes, why is not the man sending money to the wife? He said there's a simple reason. Last time he sent money to his wife, instead of the wife paying school fees, she did what she wanted. And when the children were sent home, the man was embarrassed. How can you be outside the country, doing a lot of work, day and night, so that you may prepare your family, and somebody is sabotaging you? So I said, let it be. He gave me the money, I banked the money to the school account and everything. But then I told him, by virtue of what's going on, there's what we call a pay bill. He can do it from the other side. But the case before me is no case. Here is the truth of the matter. The woman was insisting, the man was insincere. My youths, my parents, in this 21st century, which is a rotten century, including me, I'm also rotten. God forbid and forgive me. Because we are human beings, we are subject to mistakes. But our dear wives, Mamba ya Musene na story, put them aside or else you break your family. And it will be too late. I repeat, it will be too late when you find things are not adding up. I don't know whether I'm communicating. People don't see God, they see you. People may not see your other friend, but they may see your transaction on your phone. God help our youths. God help our parents, because what is directly affecting our youth in the 21st century is directly proportional affecting us. The exam is out. And after the break, I need to go deep into that we have the exam with us. And we are an open letter. Some of us are celebrating, some are resorting otherwise. Those who are celebrating, they know they are the jobs. So I wish you well in your careers. Those who are going for engineering, those who are going for medicine, those who are going for law, those who are going for teaching, those who are whatever line you want to take. Let the Lord fulfill your dreams. And for those of us who didn't do very well, that is our way out. So after break, we will talk more on the same. Barnabas, my director, take over.
Mighty Records.
I praise your name, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nissi, Jehovah Jireh. I praise your name, be glorified, Jehovah Shammah, uabudiwe.
omuntu n'ogukora kwaye. Naberabe mambia, naberabe mubaso, naberabe mogoroba, naberabe botuko, kale nengelia yaye, koboko kwaye, ekero omuntu n'ogukora kwaye, ekero omuntu n'ogukora kwaye. Mwana Nyasaye yoromo jakano naendo moelio welitangani naendo moelio kare nengelia yaye koboko kwaye ekero omuntu n'ogukora kwaye ekero omuntu n'ogukora kwaye. Genderera gochenwa Yesu ngoira nale kale nengeria Yesu ngoira nale kale nengeria ekero omuntu n'ogukora kwaye ekero omuntu n'ogukora kwaye. Yesu ngoira nale nengeria Yesu ngoira nale nengeria ekero omuntu n'ogukora kwaye.
Yes, welcome back. After break, we have had some songs there. And now we are an open letter. That was our topic. So before we wind up today, what is the big question that should ring in your mind? We are on a planet Earth for a short while. I've talked about we youths, with the parents. Whatever affects our boys, affects our parents. Whatever affects our parents, affects our youths. It's a direct proportional. Today we were looking we are an open letter. What we say has an impact on the other side. What I say has an impact on the other side. It's my sincere prayer that we should guard our mouths. We should guard our thoughts, especially when you want to talk ill of somebody, because you are doing what we call character assassination. And when it comes to character assassination, it's punishable. One could be fined or be jailed. I don't want us to go that direction. But can we guard our thoughts? Can we guard our mouths? Can we guard our steps? Some of us could not sleep when we have heard XY said. We are very hurriedly moving without verifying the information, and you pass it over to the other side. Especially my ladies, my dear girls, my daughters, our women, name them. They are very fast, and when they do character assassination, sometimes it's beyond repair. And these are the very people, when we die, they scream the loudest. I don't know whether they are pretenders. The other day he's scandering your name. He's saying your XY said. But when you hear you are dead, I don't understand. He's the one who's shouting loudest and screaming. Oh, we have lost a beloved brother. We have lost a beloved uncle. We have lost a beloved grandpa. Name it. But sometimes when they are crying, they are giving out information. The very mouth which was cursing you is now blessing you. It's glorifying you and is honoring you when you are in debt. Oh, my dear ladies, my dear daughters, my dear sisters, and even our aunts, can you praise us when we hear and when we are alive, instead of praising us when we are a corpse? It's very unfortunate. Some families are breaking up because of Musene. Stories. Women are out there giving stories, whether true or false. They have to talk. They have to hurry. As if they don't do it in that very minute, they may faint. Wamama wenzangu, I'm just asking you in the name of Jesus, can you stop this nonsense of tarnishing people's name, especially leaders of the church, including me? And I'm not ashamed to say, some of us will do work for God, but some of us are doing for and we have been paid. Sometimes we don't honor our leaders, and you will never be in the leaders' meeting. You scandal their name, but when things go away, you say, oh, wish we knew. You wish you knew you do what? This is what I want to bring across. That we need to guard our mouths. We are an open letter, including your tongue. You are an open letter, including your thoughts. You are an open letter, the way you walk. Sometimes some of us, we may talk ill of our seniors, but you will never be in their meeting when they are being sanctioned. There are other forums where you will never attend. The only thing you will be told, just put those things, or your views, put it in writing. And when they come to the aid of the chairman or the one who's presiding over, he says, I've got about 20 complaints. They rest in peace. Let us continue the meeting. And you are told, whatever you wrote, we will see into it. And that is the end of it. Can we stop tarnishing people's name in the name of Jesus? Yes, some of us may be spoken of what we are, but that's not the solution of tarnishing somebody's name, somebody's character. He may be a man to you, but he's somebody's husband, he's somebody's father, he's somebody's uncle, he's somebody's grandmother. Whatever it is, the damage you are doing to somebody may not be repaired. Some of us are not out of the position in this world. We have had enough. Some of us are on ancient days. God forbid, if I could be given more 50 years, what will I do with the over 100 years? I could be suffering in the planet Earth because I may be the oldest man on Earth. Yes, the other day we were buried the President of America at the age of 100. He was well fed. He was a president of America once at a time. He has been moving here and there. And because of the health facilities, he has been enjoying. But in Africa, where do I go? The other day I saw a video from Nigeria. An old man of over 70-something years, seated barefooted, with the gray hair, looking on the other side, wondering what's really going on at. What was in this man's mind? He took his time, he was working, made sure that these boys and the girls have got the best education, and even took some outside the country. They are in abroad. But here is in Africa. A poor man. The lady whom we produce these boys with and the girls in the name of the wife has shown his sons and the daughters on the other side. Themselves says, I cannot leave my best home and I go to stay with the children. He's now suffering, pondering, where did I go wrong? Where did the rain start beating me? My wife has disowned me in the name that he has gone to take care of the grandchildren at the expense of the man. It really troubles some of us who are struggling to make men eat. Some of us are struggling to make ends meet. But our dear wives, our dear mummies, are doing the opposite. They are telling the children, as much as you are seeing this, it is my struggle. So when you become of age, when you become X, Y, Z, take care of me. And they are taking care of them because they are the administrator of the church. They are the administrator of their home. They are the administrator of the... Yes, there was days when men were men. If a woman started making what you don't see, you get another one. And if this one gets a problem, you get another one. There were resources. But today, things are scarce. Let me be open and say, there are so many men suffering like me, but they are never coming out. They are being abused both physically, emotionally, even spiritually. Above all, some of them are dead physically. They are moving corpse. Because their women have emotionally, physically abused them. And because a man will never go and accuse his wife in the public, he must die with it. You are making your husband to suffer while still on earth. And the very day you will die, you will start screaming, oh my dear husband has said X, Y, Z. Let me develop it further. Women don't be good pretenders as a cat. Unajua paka anakaa ndani ya nyumba, anaishi na wewe ndani ya nyumba, anakunywa maziwa, anakula whatever you eat, it eats with you under the table. Sometimes it may sleep you in your bedroom because that's where it finds there is a lot of warmth. Or sometimes it may say in a sofa set, a dog is always outside. I have a study case that they were staying with somebody about 300 kilometers away. When he moved to his rural home, when he retired, he went with his dogs and the cats. Believe me or not, after 4 days, he lost his cat when he went to the rural area. But that cat had to make it 300 kilometers as far as Trans Nzoia in North Rift. The cat had to make its way to Kisii town back. And some of us who are familiar with the cat, and they say, this must be so and so's cat. But he went with it. And the owner of the house had given it to somebody. So the Jirani was asking, there is a funny cat which is, no, I said, this one belongs to this house, only the owners have gone. So he started detailing it. I told him this is a friendly cat, it has no bad manners. So he kept it and found it was a good cat. My friend, let me tell you, believe it or not, one day, that family friend came to greet us. After we have done the exchange of greeting and said what it is, what it is not, I told him, man, there is something you don't understand. The very cat you took home, it is here with us in the other side. He said, what are you saying? I lost the cat after 4 or 5 days. No, it came back here. So sometimes women, you are like cats. But you may sleep with your husband. You may be in the bedroom with your husband. But when you are outside there, that is the very man you are killing by using your mouth. Some of us are tortured mentally, emotionally, physically, and sometimes some of us, I'm talking some of us meaning men, sometimes that's why you find men when they drop out of the church, they will never come to that church. They say, forbid, we meet in heaven. I'm talking from a practical example. If it was time, I could give even names. And I have evidence. But God forbid, that's not my issue here today. But my issue is, our ladies, can you take care of your tongues? You are an open letter to your family, to somebody's family, to the community, to the church, to the country. I do remember vividly what my parents were telling me, and I said, and I'm repeating, over 20 years ago, when I want to go contrary according to what they said, it comes vividly to my mind. This is wrong. Dishonesty, cheating, abusive language has become normal. Dishonest, I mean, tarnishing somebody's name is not a problem, especially for ladies who are of cheap substance. Let me be clear now. They are women of dignity. They are mothers of dignity. They are women who can stand the storms of abuse. They can withstand the storm of tarnishing the husband. His name, he will say, no, that's not my husband. But the cheap substance women can go to the extent blackmail the husband, his name, outside the family. And when the husband or the man wants to ask, is it true, the woman is on defensive. Then you ask, Lord, what did I marry? What is this? Are you a woman of substance or of cheap substance? My holy book tells me there is time and season for everything. But when it comes to family matters, you guard it with jealousy. I wish you know what I'm saying. Anything which affects your family, guard it with jealousy. That's why we say we worship a God who is jealousy. He doesn't want anybody to be worshipped except him. You are an open letter. What am I saying this morning? Before I wind up, I must repeat it. My dear ladies, don't be a woman of cheap substance that the musenen yako, stolen yako, kujongoan yako, and you do it including your husband, your children, your family. That's what the wise man puts in Proverbs. A woman tears out his family by his own hands. Or a substance woman, a good woman, build her house with thoughts. I don't know what type of woman you are outside there. If you are listening to me, get it right. You are an open letter from your family, from your community, from your church, and from your country. And for those who don't understand, women are international. God forbid if I die today and my wife finds a European and says, I want to marry you, so you will go to Europe. But they are going to. Agina mongera na wale muina na wabane basi. Omokungu wa kwa eto kunyomu na musungu. Ogo tigara Africa no mu Africa ura nyomu. Bakungu wale international. What I want to bring across, women can cut across the board. But we men, we are restrained. Ndutu wa ginete seito, tukanyomera seito, andutu kuere seito, andutu dine kuseito. Lakini abangina barabo, na bagoro sobo, amenyega abanyana mugago kura nanda wakanyana mugago onde nanda agenda moino nanda wakagenda moino. What I'm saying, that's not the life we are wishing. But what I'm saying, women, if you are international, can you think internationally? Can you be of not cheap? I must dwell on this point because it affects me directly and it's on my heart that the women sometimes become like cats. That when you change the environment, they will leave you and they go back to where they know. A cat moved out of Kitale to Kisii town to come to that homestead where it was brought up. It will never go to a new environment. It's my sincere prayer this morning. You must be an open letter. That in any environment you get, guard your family, guard your church, guard your community. Above all, As Kenyans, let us guard our country. We have no other country. We have issues. We have problems. Maybe socially, economically, performance, health-wise, name it. We have those issues. But must we expound them, the whole public and the whole world? No. Kenya is XYZ. May the Lord bless you. The next time, same station, same person. Open letter to all of us. Thank you.